and sisters, generals, welcome to another edition of Wake Up Music Playlist. And of course, in the building is yours truly, EBS Cares. And thank those that's been riding along. Of course, like I always say, current subscriber, new subscriber. Anybody that view, one salute you and thank you. Brother, sister, family in the world, online. Y'all know how I do it. Global, above and beyond thinking. And do as I always do, and a salute to Lord Lamont. We'll be having a father and son discussion on, we're actually going to do hip hop and classical music. And that'll be in the discussion, but not necessarily the topic. It'll be in the topic, but there'll be another topic also. But I'll save that for tomorrow. And he's already been texting me and he's already ready and prepared. He said he texted me, he wanted to know the topic. He know what the topic is, but I'm not going to say what it is till tomorrow. But it will involve classical music from like the 1700s, excuse me. A brother we already spoke on, but we went a little deeper, and we're going to go even deeper on that father and son discussion on EBX and Lord Lamont show tomorrow. So look for that. Be 2:00, so he should be here around that time. He'll probably even be before, knowing Lord Lamont. He surprised me last time. And so thank those, and may that great divine just be in our life, keep us strong and prospering and vigilant, and keep love within our soul, and don't let outside wicked entities around us, our loving circles, take away our joy, fun, and exploring and expanding our minds and learning, because it's wonderful. Of course, I got some songs I'm going to play, some hip hop songs. As I say, most of my songs most of the songs I make or listen to, or whether it's Lord Lamont or Lori Lyrical, rest in peace and in power, deal with the psychological most of the time. And it's therapeutic. Music is therapeutic, as it says on the banner. And as you see on the banner, and I showed this on the last podcast I did was about being calm and ready, and I spoke on the art of divine war, and I had the same kind of picture like I got on the banner here now, because it just breeds calmness, wholeness within oneself, as I learned from a great brother. And so that's why I got this on the banner, and a kind of a meditative representation. That's what's on the banner, as I said before. And as we hear a little information, I got 4 spell breaker statements, and play some hip hop, and some spell breaker statements or affirmations in between songs, and just think of it as a EBX discussion, but in the mix of a wake up music playlist. And just music I've made, and sometimes I play my own music, sometimes I play others' music, so because I just love music overall, and all kind of genres, and the different styles and instruments and percussion, and educating oneself about music. And Lord Lamont and myself, we're going to get into that tomorrow. And so brother, again, I brought him up before, and he's from the 1700s, and I got to researching and going a little deeper. He's a deep brother, and he not only was he talented in classical music, he's also was physically strong. As Lord Lamont and I looked up, he dealt with a lot of racism and adversity, so we're gonna get into that. And because of course most of us, like musicians and stuff like that, just people in general, brothers and sisters, we all have dealt with some kind of adversity, whether it's dealing with the psychological mind or something physical or something personal in our lives. So music always and forever plays a part in our life, because as I always like to say, folks, music is like emotion, but hold on to the joyful times in our life, even in music, and just in life in general. Keep sending out that good vibration wherever we are in our part of the world right now. And as I always say, good day, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever time zone one is in. Brother, sister, family in the world, online. And we're talking about young brother, young sister, adult, whoever, and be thankful if one is dialed in to their divine spirit, especially in these times, because we can think what we want to think, but one better have control of their psyche. So, and that's a must. There's no negotiation with the brain at all. So learn as much as we can. We go to the depths of the ocean of this life and things we need to see to stay vigilant. But I always throw in there, folks, a little joy and things to calm our soul, and ease our mind so we can see. And don't forget that we're human, we use these little tools technology get us, but remember, we are the brains. Our brain is the ultimate computer. And Lord Lamont and myself, we did a podcast on that. Matter of fact, that'll be in the end screen. I'm gonna put our brain is the ultimate computer in the end screen, and probably another playlist. I'll put that in the end screen because I did one with a depiction of kind of like what I got on the banner here. It's a different type of setting, but the same, where it shows the home looking out the big window through nature. And it's a home I've always wanted. I'm not gonna lie. I've always imagined a home like this, so that's why you see it on the banner, and it's beautiful. I'm attracted to beauty, and that's in anything in life, especially nature. So again, just imagine one waking up every morning looking out a big giant picture window out onto the beautiful water and nature and the trees and the mountain and the sailboat. It's beautiful. So, and it keeps one centered, and when things is clear in our mind, those ideas will begin to drop. But we got to clear out all the clutter in our mind, body, and soul. As you hear some of our most successful philosophers say, and I'm not talking about, when I say success, I'm not talking about status or money or fame. No, I'm talking about when one conquers their own mind. That's success. Because I said it before, I say it again. Success and being free is a state of mind, because that's where everything begins. Because if one energy isn't right deep within, all else will fail. And that's facts. Yep. So I always give a little info in between the songs, and I'm gonna get to the first song. And but before I get to that, I did volunteer yesterday. My son been on my tail, because I do miss weeks here and there. But every time I go, I'm always glad I did. It's always wonderful. And again, I get along really well with the faculty, and actually kind of helped the teacher out yesterday with a child that was misbehaving. He was cussing and stuff like that. So it kind of struck a nerve. And it wasn't Ethan this time. Ethan has his moments too, but he's been doing well. I guide him. I stay on him. You got to be different with this new generation. I told Ethan's mom that you got to outthink this new generation. We can't really use the old traditional ways. We can use some of it, but we have to implement it in a strategic way, a different way. I've learned we got to come up with ways to really get to the soul of our children, to get them to listen. So I've learned that. And one way I do it is I tell them, because when he needs to be disciplined, I do discipline him, but I do it different now. Now, sometimes we do have to get a little aggressive with our children, because they have to know the truth. Sometimes we got to jolt them a little bit to get their attention. But there's also psychological ways that we can get to our children. I've learned that. And like, say for instance, I'm gonna go back to the child I helped the teacher with a minute ago. But say for instance, Ethan's acting up. Like, sometimes his teacher would text me, Ethan, but she tells me good things he does too. She don't just like text me bad things he's done, but she would just like, Ethan was a little disrespectful today. And she don't really get on him bad. She'll just throw me a text. But a lot of times I say something to him, but not right away. I kind of observe, but I'll like gradually tell him, like, your teacher texted me today, and he'll look at me all surprised, and be like, so, and I talk to him about the situation, but I kind of observe just to see his reaction. And you can tell the wheels are turning, and it works. It's effective. And I still speak to him and tell him what he shouldn't do, and his consequences and stuff like that, because these are the things he's going to have to take into the real world, not just because he's in school, so, but for the time he's in school, we don't want to cause, because you don't want to cause misery for oneself. So do what you need to do while you're there, because his mom, is dealing with somewhat of a health condition and stuff like that. So, but he's a child, children going to do what they do, like we all did when we were children, whether it's young brother or young sister, male or female, So I do that. I say, your teacher texted me today, and that's all I say. I don't say nothing else. I'm like, go back to what I'm doing. But I act like I'm not paying attention to him, but I do, and you can tell the wheels are turning. So when I do that, and I do explain to him about discipline and behavior and all that kind of stuff, but he's a child, I understand that too, So, but it works. It's effective. He don't really, I reward him when he's good, and I don't spoil him, but I reward him, when he's been good, and I get different things for him, because we don't ever want our children to want for nothing, but we also can't spoil them either, because that'll enable them. It'll handicap them, actually. Yeah, so it works, and sometimes, and I do eventually, like I tell his mom, because a lot of times the school will call her too, but I'll be like, I got a text from your teacher, but I didn't tell your mom yet. And eventually I do, because we talk about his behavior and stuff too, but she ended up finding out anyway. Especially black moms, some black moms that really disciplined with their children, their intuition, they know things about their kids. The kids think they don't know. Sometimes mom know everything that's going on. Sometimes the mom know more before the dad, a lot of times. Yeah, but it seems to be effective, and so that's, again, I brought that up because this new generation, we have to outthink them. We have to do things different, not really like the old traditional way. But again, when the time calls for us to be a little aggressive with our children, we'll know, because we got to come at that. So we got to pinpoint the psyche and not just the physical, get into the core. As I've said before in volunteering podcasts I've done again, like 3 episodes of volunteering right here on my channel, where I've talked about different situations with different children at the school. I've had a lot of great moments with different children at the school, and it's been black kids, a couple of white, young brothers, young sisters, So yeah, but for the most part, if we can look back at our children and say, man, we got some good kids, be thankful, because I know it can be challenging raising kids. I see videos where some parents not having the best time with their children. Again, I always say, may the great divine come in their life and help them get to the core of our children and see what makes them do what they do. At least have an understanding about it, So that's just one's advice. As I say, I suggest teach and give advice on this channel. But I want to go back to I was helping the teacher with a child yesterday. Actually, it was like 2 or 3 of them acting up, and I didn't. Again, we have to know when to be aggressive, when not, and when just to kind of be a little different, because it catches children off guard when you like parents, so to speak, in a different way. So it was a young brother yesterday that was cussing. He cussed at the teacher. I said, would you cuss at your mom and your dad like that? And I said a little aggressive, but not yelling at him or barking at him, I was just like, would you cuss? I was just firm, and I looked at him dead in the eye. And I said, would you cuss at your mom and your dad like that? He looked at me. He got quiet. He didn't say a word. I was like, right. My point exactly. So don't do that to her. Have respect for an adult figure. That's what I was trying to teach him. Not just because it's the teacher or the school, nothing like that. Just learning self-respect and having respect overall. That's what I was teaching him. And the other children that were looking on. Because she was disciplining them. They were like, the kids were supposed to go bowling or something they do down in the gym, and the kids were acting up and not doing what they're supposed to do. So she didn't let a few of them go bowling. So I went in there and explained to them, kids be crying and all that. And I was like, you guys are doing, all you guys are doing, just making yourself that much more miserable. You know what you did. You did something wrong. And she has to. You're going to get disciplined. There's no way around it. So they all got quiet. It's kind of a little debate, going a little bit back and forth. They're children, We have to remember, we are the adult. They are the child. So we just got to keep that in mind. Never argue with a child, ever. So, yeah. So I just spoke to him with an even tone, like some aggression, but not a lot. And I think it was three or four little young brothers. And it was couple of young sisters that was sitting there. They were quiet. The girls weren't saying anything. The boys was the ones that was kind of getting a little friction, but the girls had like like the young black girls, they had that look on their face, they rolling their eyes and all that kind of stuff, but they weren't saying anything. Because when I told him about the cussing at her parents, it's like everybody kind of toned down, like, whoa, this guy right here ain't playing, but respect at the same time. Because, these same kids be the same ones, like, hey, Ethan's dad, because that's what they call me, Ethan's dad. So, and that it builds a bond. They'll respect you in the end, because sometimes you do have to be a little aggressive. And that teacher felt so relieved. She's like, oh, thank you for your support. Cause she's she's a I don't know how old she is, but she's a white lady, but you can tell she's not the aggressive type. And children can feel that. Like when you're not aggressive, children tend to think, oh, well, she ain't gonna do nothing. And so, I had to come in, and she does have an assistant now, I think, too. She has an assistant, because one time the kids were so bad she cried and went home. Real talk. So kids can be woo. That's why, again, like I said earlier, we have to do things a little different than the old traditional ways. Some traditional ways, but got to be a little more strategic. Hit that psyche, hit that soul, something that'll make them think, just a little advice. So that was the experience I had yesterday. But overall, it was a great day. It was a great day. I said what I said to the children, and I walked out the classroom to my little desk I keep in the hallway. And Ethan was upstairs in a dancing class. He's in a dancing class. Ethan's in a dancing class. He's in a band practices. He plays the French horn. So he's very active. He play basketball. Yeah, so thank that great divine if our kids are, liking their passion, like what they do. Because sometimes kids do activities in school or outside of school and they don't like it. So be thankful if they doing activities and they actually like it. Not because the parents dropping them off at the boys club and just so it can babysit them. No, we got to cut that shit out too. Make it meaningful, because kids feel. That's another thing too. I always like to say, never underestimate a child's feelings, especially these days. They do feel things, so we have to think about their feelings. So, like I said, when I miss a few days volunteering, even though Ethan might not act like or say anything, he does kind of like it when I'm there, because he said, Dad, when you coming back up to the school? So I went back up there yesterday, and I'm going to start back going regular, and they're going on a spring break right now. So, but after the spring break, I'm gonna start going back regular, still, because every time I go up there, it's always a good experience, even if some days are challenging, but it was cool. I walked out that classroom after talking to those kids, and after that I was amazed. Like, I didn't hear another peep. It was quiet, because before I went to classroom, the kids was crying, and I heard them kind of yelling, and the door slamming, and you know how kids do, walking out the classroom. So whatever I did or said, it had an effect, and they got quiet after that. And the teacher was so relieved. She was like, "Oh, thank you for your support." So it's all about that energy, brothers and sisters. But again, we do it all from love, and we'll see you down the road. Because as I love to say, I say 1,000 times, what we do righteous in the present will ultimately benefit us in the future, and that's in anything. So I just wanted to share that, the volunteering, and and we're going to get to this music. Let me see. Yep, we're going to get to this first song. I always have a positive intro, as I like to call it. So let's go ahead and engage in this wake up music playlist. And as I say on the banner, and everybody just ride along with me and pretend like we chilling right here in this beautiful home, looking out the big pane glass window out onto the beautiful water. And the beautiful blue sky and the mountains and the trees and the flowers. And man, I love nature. I'm so thankful that I pay attention to nature now. So inspiring and exhilarating. And it's a good place to meditate, is in nature, So, yep. And lock on to that divine spirit and just let those ideas drop into our soul. All right. So ride with me, spell breakers. And again, music is therapeutic. And that's actually one of the songs. So, but that might not be the first song. All right. So let's get to the first one. And again, thank those that's been riding along with the brother. Appreciate you and salute you. Brother, sister, family in the world, online. All right. Yeah. Listen to some good music, not just my music, just good music overall. Get some good music in our soul. R&B, blues, Jamaican, Rastafarian, classical, jazz, you name it, etc., etc. Some good music. It's good to know different genres of music. Like I said, music is therapeutic. And this is an older song here. And a sister, Mayat Rogers, when I first posted this, she commented on this song. It's here on the channel. And it's called You Can Do It. And it's like, it ain't the first song I ever uploaded, but it's one of the first songs when I first started uploading music on YouTube. All right, so be back after this, brothers and sisters. No matter where we've been, remember the fires we blazed through. So if we made it through impossible things in the past, we can make it. We can conquer things in the present. Facts. All right, you can do it. Be back after this.
You can do it. You can do it. Don't have doubt, cause you can do it. Never have doubt, cause you can do it. Don't have doubt, cause you can do it. Don't have doubt, you make it through it. Don't have doubt, cause you can do it. Never have doubt, you make it through it. Some people ask me, oh, why you so positive? Because I've been through things, and that's the way to live. And I got family, and also got kids. So that's good things, and that is it. And that's what I keep in my soul. And this is how I blow. And hip hop, good things is all I know. I'm lifting all my sisters and all my bros, because I want the spirit high and never low. You can do it. Have no doubt to make it through it. Don't doubt, cause you can do it. I promise you make it through it. I had people that lift me up. Now that's what I'm going down. It's never rough. I'm still around. I never ever be no clown. Feel the positive vibration, on every sound. I'm looking at the YouTube day while I lay. Man, I seen a kid die just the other day. I'm sad and angry too, but gotta make it through. I gotta keep the love, making sure we stay true. Have doubt, you make it do it. Have no doubt, we make it through it. Cause we can do it. Have no doubt, you make it through it. Yes, you can. We can do it. No doubt. Cause you make it through it, never doubt, man, you can do it. My brothers and my sisters, we make it through it. Oh, you can do it. Have no doubt, you make it through it. You can do it. My kings and my queens, you make it through it. Oh, I'm always gonna live to the day I transition. My young brothers and my older brothers and sisters, salute. Stay great, stay strong. One.
Real talk. Have no doubt, cause you can do it. Get back up, you make it through it. My brothers and my sisters, you can do it. My family, get back up and you can make it through it. Oh, sorry, y'all. Got carried away. All right, next song is My Lady, and I played this song before, and I think I went in a little bit on this song, and I'm gonna come back with a couple affirmations. Well, not affirmations, but spellbreaker statements. I'm gonna read two of them, and after this next song, and then we'll get on to the next one. But this is My Lady, because I always got to make something for the female, you know what I mean? So be back after this. Call My Lady. Let's go. Spellbreakers. Music is therapeutic all day long. Let's go.
EBX. I wanna be your king.
You my lady, you my lady,
you my lady, you my lady, you my lady, you my lady. And I want you to be my queen. You my lady, you my lady, you my lady, you my lady. I wanna be your king.
I wanna be
you my lady, you my lady, you my lady, you my lady.
You my lady, you my lady.
And I want you to be my queen.
You my lady, you my lady.
You my lady, you my lady. I'm trying to see the inner core, the inner beauty, is straight to the soul, and not just your booty. But for real, that's the deal. Gotta keep our freaking love so sealed. One's here to help and also heal. I love the touch of a sister and a good meal. I ride by her side, yes I will, and have a lot of fun and sometimes chill. She my lady,
lady.
And I wanna be her king.
Be her king.
You my lady, you my lady,
you my lady, you my lady.
And I want you to be my queen.
And I want you to be my
you my lady,
queen.
you my lady, you my lady, you my lady.
You my lady, you my lady.
And I wanna be your king.
And I wanna be your
you my lady, you my lady, you my lady, you my lady.
be my queen. You my lady, you my lady, you my lady. I wanna be a king, and you my queen. All you do is ask, I'll do anything. True to oneself, by any means. Gotta be free, so we can see the great divine work on you and me. Yeah. Never bring drama, always bring peace. Yeah. That you my lady, I never make you crazy. You is a rose, and my baby. Gotta be free. You my lady, you my lady. Cause I wanna be your king. Cause I wanna be your king. Lady, you my lady, you my lady, you're my lady. Yeah. And I want you to be my queen. You my lady, you my lady, you my lady, you my lady. You my lady, you my lady, you my lady, you my lady. You my lady, you my lady. You my lady, you my lady, you my lady, you my lady. You my lady, you my lady. You my lady, you my lady. And I wanna be your king. You my lady, you my lady, you my lady, you my lady. All right, let's get to the next song about the mental health. And that's what it's about at the end of the day, real talk. Everything begins with mental health. If one is healthy, mind, body, and soul. No handicaps or anything hindering that we can't control. But mental health is where it all began. All right, before we get to this song, though, a couple of spellbreaker statements. Spellbreaker statement number 1. Our inner strength is greater than any external stress. If we practice, focus on it, and let nothing enter our psyche that don't belong there. All right. Spellbreaker statement number 2. We control how we react to anxiety. It all begins with mastery of self-control. We'll hear that time and time again. But once we do it, the results is what we do it for. Results, brothers and sisters. Choices and results. That's what build a general brother, sister, family in the world online. We are in control of how we react, or don't even react at all. How about that? We are about action, as I heard a great brother say. Anxiety and stress don't exist in one who's locked on to their divine spirit and deflecting all things that's foolish, dumb, stupid, ignorant, toxic, manipulative, narcissistic. All those things are danger. So self-mastery is more than just a powerful phrase. It's a way of life. So ponder that. And that leads right into the next song. At the end of the day, forget the money, forget the fame, forget the status. How's our mental health? How about that? What's the status on our mental health? That's what we need to be focusing on every day, all day. Facts. So be back after this. It's all about the mental health, folks. Spellbreakers. Music is so therapeutic. Back after this. That's one thing that'll help the mental health. Real talk.
To my generals, salute. Gotta wanna help yourself. Hey. It's all about the mental health. Yeah. Brothers and sisters, gotta wanna help yourself. Hey. EBX, salute. I'm here to give insight and never go out this life without a fight. Don't give a damn, man, what it look like. I keep on going, I must, I do right. I so equipped the benefits of this life. I no longer a misfit, it feels nice. A good vibe, I'm on this song. One's calling down protection from the great divine zone. Gotta wanna help yourself. Yeah. Brothers and sisters, it's all about the mental health. Hey. Gotta wanna help yourself. Yeah. Brothers and sisters, it's all about the mental health. Hey. I'm on the right lane, I must remain. And those that's righteous, thinking God, we not insane. A royal in our heart, don't need no fame. No time to waste, especially our brain. Stop fighting one another, and nothing will change. Saving your life, that is one aim. A mind, body, soul, it ain't no fucking game. We got no time for kill, or no shame. No. Hey, ever, and never be no fucking lame. Sun gon' shine, not always gon' rain. I stay away from stress and always remain. I watch for the elephant, mistakes is irrelevant. We gotta stay smart in this life and intelligent. Yeah. Gotta wanna help yourself. Hey.
Hey, 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 hey. It's all about the mental health. Gee. Brothers and sisters, gotta wanna help yourself. Hey, 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 hey. It's all about the mental health. Wake up music. Brothers and sisters, gotta wanna help yourself. Hey, 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 hey. Always do a self-awareness check on ourselves and keep tabs on our family. That's what it's all about, brothers and sisters. They're righteous, divine, mental health. Gotta wanna help yourself. Brothers and sisters, salute. Real talk. Hey, hey, hey. Gotta wanna help yourself. All right. Brothers and sisters, next song on the list. I played this song before too, but this is a playlist and just different songs that I had made throughout the years or months. And I like this, one of my favorite songs. It's called Sent to Do. I always come back to this. That's another thing. Do we know what our purpose is on life? And again, it's not about having no huge status or platform. Only we know deep within our spirit what we're here to do. But just sitting on our ass, not doing nothing or exploring or learning, we'll never find out what our purpose is. And, we create, not nothing false or nothing, but create a purpose. But I always say, do what we love what we do. As long as it don't hurt ourselves or no one else. But don't, this, I'm gonna bring up something Tracy Morgan said. And Lord Lamont and I, when we do another comedy heavy hitters, it's gonna be on Tracy Morgan. Cause I seen a reel with Tracy Morgan. It was so dope. And I did not know Tracy Morgan he was in a coma for 10 days. And he was talking about how he didn't believe in luck. He said he was fortunate. And he said he's been closer to God than anybody. And I remember I said on the podcast, I would love to know a person that transitioned and came back. I would love to know what they know. Because they have been on the other side of the world that none of us will ever know unless we transition. So salute to Tracy Morgan, and we know he was on Def Comedy Jam. I should have mentioned him in the lineup. But, it always comes up being our spirit. But that's definitely, it's going to be Comedy Heavy Hitters episode 8. And I think that one, Tracy Morgan's going to be our tribute. But I do want to go a little deeper into John Witherspoon because I don't think we went deep enough. I want to go into his history and where he was born and stuff like that just to kind of connect with the brother. So he'll be on the list, but Tracy Morgan will definitely be our tribute on the next comedy heavy hitters. Comedy heavy hitters. I'm stuttering. Comedy heavy hitters, episode 8. So, and I don't know what the topic of it will be, but yeah, because he says he dropped some jewels, man, and he was telling people, he was talking about choices. I remember I talked about that. It always go back to the choice one makes. He was telling everybody in the room and that he was interviewing with, he said, look at this room we're in right now. This is Tracy Morgan speaking. He said, look at us. We're all doing something productive because of what? A choice we made. And I think it was Tony Yayo and another brother. And he's like, think about it, Tony Yayo. Where you are right now is because of choices you made. And he was like, yeah, man, you're right. It's all about choices, brothers. And he was deep. He was so intense. And I love hearing that in people. So I'm telling you, a coma will do that to you, I'm sure. Can you imagine? He's like, I was gone, bruh. 10 days. I was gone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm closer to God than anybody. He got a point, and so I think that, and and Great Divine brought him back here for a reason. That's his purpose. Just for that message alone, that's a Great Divine brought Tracy Morgan in his world for, as well as comedy and making people laugh. And he also said that he just like had a theory. He's like, now we transition, God gonna be like, what do we do with the time? That's what the question God would ask us. This is a theory he was giving. Like we transition. And he's like, what did you do with the time I gave you? Did you help anyone? Or were you selfish? I was like, he went in, he really went in. So that inspired me. And he made you think. So that's a brother. I love a brother that appreciates their life, and where they are. So, and we all know how fame can really distort and destroy an individual. So, and he's been through his challenges and battles, I'm sure. But I didn't know he was in no coma. So he'll definitely be our tribute, because we have to give brothers and sisters and family, give them their flowers while they're here. Don't wait till they're gone, so. But again, those who we held dear that are no longer with us, don't forget them either. I always say, missed, but never forgotten. Those we held dear, may they rest in peace and in power. And that's brother, sister, family, all right? So again, look for that father and son discussion, Comedy Heavy Hitters, episode 8. And it'll be a tribute to Tracy Morgan, because I really appreciate everything he said. So look for that. I'm always looking for something positive, as well as being a realist too, because we can't be stupid out here either. Real talk. I heard brother LeVar Walker. I just commented because y'all know I love comedy, and he's been on the list. And he was speaking. He said, "Don't argue with a fool." A person that don't want to listen, think they know everything. We're talking about a healthy human being. Don't argue with a fool, because when you do, you become a fool too. If it's not going anywhere, it's no substance, and it's just somebody trying to up the other one and just trying to be right and prove the other person wrong, no, you get nowhere. You just be running in a vicious cycle. So we can't get caught up in that shit either. And everything don't need our opinion. Like comment on everything we see in the media. This is just my opinion. Some things don't always have to be commented on. Real talk. Because in my opinion, some people, not all, because some people know how to critique their opinions and make it not offensive or nothing like that. But sometimes if you not thinking and you just jump off a toxic impulse and comment something, you just throw yourself into some drama. So got to be strategic in this here new age we're living in. So yep, I just wanted to speak on that. So again, that'll be our tribute, Tracy Morgan, and that'll be on we always have the Def Comedy Jam setting, so it actually, so we all already know what'll be on the banner. It'll be the Def Comedy Jam setting, and it'll be the episode that had Tracy Morgan on it when he first began and stuff. We had the hat with the propeller on it and all that. Yeah, so he'll be our tribute. I didn't know he was that deep, man. That's why it's good to connect with people and really go deeper and know who they are and not just look at the surface. You can find that, and I'm talking about righteous people. I ain't talking about toxic shit. And we really learn some amazing things about people when we take the time to listen to them, see where they're coming from, whether it's brother, sister, family, in the world, online. I'm talking about an ordinary individual, even if it's fam or not. Go deeper, into an individual, not just listen to everything that's trendy, so to speak, because I despise trends. I do. All right, but that's just me. All right, but again, let's get to this song. Know what we were sent here to do, wherever we are in our part of the world. All right, so cause Tracy found out what he was here for, and it's beyond. He found out it was beyond fame too. He found out the real person he was here, and again, it was to send that message. I'm telling you, it was deep. Yep. All right, so be back after this. Next song is "Sent to Do," brothers and sisters. So, music is so therapeutic. I gotta say that again, because it is. It really is. It gives me the chills. Well, not chills, but goosebumps. When they hear me say chills, I be meaning to say goosebumps. Some music, think of the music that give us goosebumps, man. It give us good memories and good energy. That's the best kind of music, all right? But again, know what we sent here to do, spell breakers. Be back after this.
Yeah, brothers and sisters, answer our calling, whatever it is. Remember, we have many great divine gifts. There's no such thing as giving up. Stay tough. Salute. Yeah. Know what we've been sent to do. The great divine sent me to live me and you. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm here to do. Yeah. To live me and you. Yeah. I don't want us to lose. Yeah. That's what I'm sent here to do.
Great divine.
Yeah, what I'm sent to do. Yeah, to live me and you. Brothers and sisters, what I'm sent to do. Yeah, I don't want us to lose. Yeah, I'ma stay up on this mic and I get that insight. And I'm never looking down, too busy looking to the sky. You know what I'ma make a see and a children and a family. I speak on these things, man, on every beat. And I never will be lost, and I never go off. I'm staying fierce and hard and never soft, but I stay calm. I'm not like Vietnam, never growing up. Yeah, I'm thankful for my mom and my dad to make my love last. I'm so thankful for what I got and what I've had, and this is what I do. I'm sent here to save you and lift you. That's what we must do. Make it through. Woo! Yeah, that's what I'm sent here to do. Yeah. to lift me and you. Yeah, I don't want us to lose. Brothers and sisters, I'm sent here to do what I'm sent here for. To lift me and you. Yeah, I don't want us to lose. And my family too. Brothers and sisters, I mean we gotta stay fierce. Make sure that we here. Ain't got no time to be sad or shed no tears. But if we do cry, it'll be okay. I'ma give it that truth. Don't lie, be pure and say what with me, all up in my soul. This is how we see, and we stay up on the go, and we stay up on the toes. EBS cares, yeah, I got that love, and I'm spreading it everywhere. I'm here to send here good news. Yeah, cause I don't want us to lose. That's what I'm sent here to do. Thanking that great divine.
Real talk. Thanking that great divine. I say that so much, man. Y'all only knew. I say thank you all the time, just because. Yep, and so know what we sent here to do, brothers and sisters. And before I get to this next song, actually called Music is Therapeutic, that'll be the last song. But we're not going to outro with that song. We're going to outro with the instrumental I had in the intro, which is the instrumental to That Power, a song I made right here on One's channel. And but before I get to this song, Music is Therapeutic, Spellbreakers. While I volunteer and salute to my biological children, divine children, as well as family in the world, online. And salute to Ethan, is doing well, and Lord Lamont and his siblings. And the other three, I have 2 daughters and another son that lives in other states and cities. So may that great divine be in their life. Protect them, keep them vigilant, All right, but yeah, when I'm volunteering, as I said in the past, that's where I write my pages to my book. I got 2 books. One, Unlocking the Vault, 50 pages I've done. Every now and then I read from them, and I've read from them in various episodes I did about volunteering and other podcasts. And as well as Solitude Strength is a new book I'm starting. I'm on page 9. I wrote page 9 yesterday, and I was gonna read it today, but I'm gonna save that for an EBX discussion. And yeah, because this was just about playing music a little bit. And I did see in a comment someone said they listen to my playlist while they're studying, and that's so cool. But that's kind of what I do it for, just to listen to a little information and hear some music, something to soothe the soul as we chill in this beautiful home on the manor here and look on to Mama Nature out that beautiful pane window. It ain't even a pane window, it's a huge, man, I would love that, to wake up to something like that. It's beautiful. So yeah, but I look for that in future podcasts. Page 9 from my book, Solitude Strength. And I always say in there, it's not about shielding the world or nothing like that. It's a place of development, healing, building, sorting through challenges, and coming up with the best solutions. And also sharing it with generals that we come across in this life. So that's what we get the strength and the knowledge and stuff from, and ideas, in that solitude strength, because it strengthens us too. And we pass that vibration on to others the best way one can, Yep. All right. So I just wanted to stop on that for a minute, and we're going to get to this next song. And I got 2 more Spellbreaker statements, and I'm going to salute you divine generals on to your vigilant divine life. And yep. So let's get to this song, Music is Therapeutic. And again, like I said, I got 2 Spellbreaker statements. I'm always leaving you with something real and positive, to put in one's subconscious, something to think about. Because when we tap into one divine thing, it just leaves them. Because one thing about great divine, he just keep that force, and Mama Nature, it just keep blessing and blessing and blessing. The blessings never stop. When one is in there, is righteous in their soul. I'm for real. I'm serious. Yeah. So it's just wonderful. Great things come, and it helps you to see when you're not lost in chaos and stupid things and ignorant and hustling and all that dumb shit. When you're really trying to be as good as we possibly can. Again, not this deep spiritual person all the time, just an upright human being, brother or sister. And I always say the spiritual will come automatically, and it comes in what I always say, folks, spell breakers, signs, synchronicities, deja vu, and dreams. All right, that's our window into the future. All right, ponder that. Next song, music is therapeutic all day long. And I love the beat. Excuse me, I bumped the mic. And I love the beat to this song. And again, salute to Rap Fame is where I get my beats from. And I'm not trying to make money off of them or nothing. I always put that disclaimer out there. And salute. And again, Rap Fame is a app and Play Store. And salute to the artists on there again. And the beat makers. I've connected with some of them on there. The last time I was chatting on there, again, they got a chat room on there. It's a built-in studio and voice changer and all that kind of stuff. And again, salute to the beat makers on there, male and female, and as well as the artists. It's a great app. Those who check it out, it is. I think it's better than SoundCloud. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling SoundCloud no more. They're trying to make too much money. They fuck SoundCloud up, in my opinion. Rap Fame is a great app, real talk. And yep, and again, the beats are not my beats, and I'm not trying to make money off of them or anything like that. It's just, like I said, music is therapeutic. So that's what I do it for. The therapy of it, the feeling of it, the vibration, the critiquing of it, the making of it, the creation. Again, do what we love what we do. But any skill or gift we have, just stopping on music, all right? So let's get to this song, and we back after this, Spell Breakers. Music is therapeutic. Let's go. Hold on. I got to get in position. All right. Back after this. Music is therapeutic. Let's go.
Wake up music when I do my music. It's so therapeutic. I just gotta do it when I do my music. It's so therapeutic. Man, I just gotta do it when I do my music. It's so therapeutic. Man, I just gotta do it. Man, I do my music. Yeah, it's so therapeutic. And I know I kick my rhyme, do this all the time. How you do this, man, with that divine? Yeah. And I keep on pushing through and try to have good news. And I'm trying to keep us uplifted, never having a blues. And making sure I keep this positive sound, staying around and watching out for the devil. Man, I'm standing firm and down. Yeah, I never clown. I keep on doing this. Yeah, loving my family in this life and taking no risk. Woo! Cause I gotta do my music. Man, it's so therapeutic. Man, I just gotta do it. Man, what would we do if we didn't have music meant to make it through and get that vibration, make us win, man, and never lose. Good music from the E and to your family, and I'm making sure we make it in these streets. Never will I stop, and I always rock. Like I say, at the top, man, I'm with the underground, loving the bottom, yeah, a lot. Keep on flowing through, yeah, on this music with this good groove. I'm trying to lift my sisters and all my dudes, yeah. With this good music, it's so therapeutic. Man, I just gotta do it when I do my music. Yeah, it's so therapeutic, make me feel good all up in my bones. I get that good system and it's all strong, but not that false system. No. We keep it in our home, yeah. A good foundation, and we never wrong. And yeah, toxic shit, man, leave it alone. And keep that love in our heart, making sure we go far. Ain't no one self, we gotta know who we are. Woo! Yeah. That's why I do my music. It's so therapeutic. Man, I gotta do it. Gotta do my music. Yeah, it's so therapeutic. Yeah, man, I just gotta do it. Music's therapeutic. Yeah.
Real talk, man. Just gotta do it. Real talk. It's just something in us. And that's any gift. You know what I'm saying? It's just something in us. We gotta do it. Like Lord Lamont We talked about that song, L'Oreal Lyrical. I did, rest in peace and in power. It's myself, L'Oreal Lyrical, 4 verses, and Angela Jackson, aka Shiree. And we talking about how we came up with that song, Stop the Violence. We played that on the last Comedy Heavy Hitters, episode 7. And we played it in the hip hop break. And we were just chilling. We were just sitting in the living room, just a normal day. And the idea just hit us. Angela started singing. L'Oreal Lyrical threw in a verse. And I came up with, next thing you know, like I told him, we were just sitting there chilling. Next thing you know, we was writing. We had a pen and paper, and we was coming up with a song. And we literally came up with that song probably within an hour. And it was dope. We ended up putting it on CD and mixing and mastering it. So it's just amazing where a righteous thought can lead you, man. I'm telling you. Like I say, everything we see today all came from a thought. Good or bad, unfortunately, some bad, but let's focus on the righteous, that the righteous things that shape the righteous part of this world. It all stem from an idea and a thought, So, as I say time and time again, where the mind goes, the body goes. So you better keep your psyche in check. There's no negotiation with one's psyche. So be a firm righteous brother and sister, not just floating on this easy going. No, firm like a general. Fuck the devil. Talk down on negative energy. Yep. So y'all know I get a little aggressive sometimes, but because I always gotta reiterate, great divine and mama nature ain't just little small little, this is the most powerful thing. So that's how we gotta be. We gotta be parallel with it. Know that we are powerful beings, and that's anyone, brother, sister, family. We can think invincible. It ain't about being arrogant or having ego. No, it's knowing oneself confident, divinely deep within our core, knowing who we are without having to prove anything. Our vibration alone will speak for us. What we put out is what ultimately we'll get back, and that's more than just a saying. Some of us are living this. Again, it's about results. Good, healthy, mental. It's beautiful, beautiful. When one's mental is in check, and then we can help others kind of see, because that's where it stems from. What's in the core, And, again, we hear our most greatest philosophers always say that's what centers us. Deep meditation, you're always going to hear that, coming up with the best solution possible, getting into our deep thoughts and digging in and doing the right thing, even when it's not easy. It's best. Again, folks, it's all about righteous results, So be meditative like the banner here. And again, thank those that's been sitting on the couch with a brother on the banner here and meditating, looking out onto the beautiful water, mountains and trees and the sailboat on the beautiful water. And it's actually a video of this where the water's shimmying and they got their little fireplace in the middle of the coffee table. It just looked beautiful. I would love to wake up to a home like this. So you're probably going to see a lot of visuals like this on the banner just to inspire and also to give you a sense of calmness and wholeness in our soul, which can be challenging because, again, it's easier said than done, but it's beautiful when one gets to a stable place in one's psyche and mind. It's beautiful. Then we can conquer this world righteously, Yep. Add to humanity and their culture, because that's what it's all about. All right. And we're going to outro out with the intro I said. That was from a song I made called That Power. Yep. And let me see. All right. So thank those that came in to another Wake Up Music playlist and with your boy EBXCARES, and listen to some good music when we can. And as I said, music, man, it's the best. It is. It gives you goosebumps when you hear a good song or a good vibration or something to make you think or go into deep thought. Good, man. I love music like that. Any kind of genre, good music though, something with substance. All right. Spell breakers. I got 2 spell breaker statements, and again, I'm gonna salute your divine war zone to your divine life. All right, or general life, that is. All right, let's go. Face challenges with courage and poise. Like I said about how I was when I was volunteering, how I dealt with the children. I was more strategic, and I didn't just go to the old traditional ways. Got to use some different ways, different strategies to raise these children. Do things to get their attention. Let's hit that soul and not just the physical. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to that soul, make them think like I did that young boy. If y'all would have saw the look on his face, it was priceless. And I'm usually pretty calm, so A lot of children aren't used to me being a little aggressive, so it catches them off guard. But they respect me in the end, you know, because it all comes from love. Gotta show some tough love too. Gotta have that tough love. We all have come through that threshold of tough love. That's what shaped us and make us the firm generals we are today. So we gotta, again, be in the business of building other generals, you know, young and older. Even when we out in the street, like I said, I had a conversation with an older gentleman and a younger brother in a store one time I spoke on in the last podcast, I think. And a sister was in there too, but she wasn't in the conversation, but she was listening. See, moments like that, don't take moments like that for granted. Like Tracy Morgan was speaking on time. That was his main point of that whole conversation they were having in that interview. He was talking about time. You know, don't waste time. Don't waste money. You know, like, again, we see people out and about. Say something to them. You know, drop a jewel. You know, let our intuition do the work. We can feel if we can speak to somebody if we can't. You know, if we feel it, don't talk. Don't say nothing to them. Leave them alone. But if we do get the chance to vibe with somebody while we out and about, don't miss the chance. So that's some advice I got from Tracy Morgan, who was in a coma for 10 days. So I think I would take heed to that advice from him. Real talk again. He's definitely going to be our tribute in the next Comedy Heavy Hitters, episode 8. I'm sure Lord Lamont will enjoy that. Now, again, salute to Lord Lamont. And when I tell him about these podcasts and stuff, he texts me. It gives him something to look forward to. You know, that's some advice I got from a sister, actually, that speaks on the radio. And that's something that always stuck with me. Always have something positive to look forward to, something to live for. You know, don't just free fall through life with no awareness and no guidance, and you don't give a damn. Danger, danger, danger. So you just be stuck in a toxic cycle. Gotta break them cycles, especially my black people. We gotta break them cycles. But a lot of us are. And salute to those who are. All right, so let's get to these 2 spell breaker statements. And I'm gonna salute again your divine general zone, your divine life, brother, sister, family in the world, online. So let's go, spell breakers. All right. I said it already. Okay, I'll say it again though. Number 1, or this is number 3rd spell breaker statement. Excuse me. Face all challenges with courage and poise. Do not, emphasis, do not. I repeat, do not let fear seep into our system. You know, because once we let fear enter, it'll take over. You know, we all get a little something in our soul sometime, or concern. See where it's coming from. Pinpoint it. Don't just let it fester, you know. All right. Okay. Last but not least, spellbreaker statement number 4. We are deserving of a peaceful or wholeness and worry-free life. We deserve that, especially those of us in wherever part of the world we're in or situation, whether we're working or I'm just speaking overall, you know, we are deserving of wholeness or a peaceful and worry-free life. As I said, being free is a state of mind. There's nothing on the outside that can make us feel free. Now, there are things, righteous things on the outside that can inspire us to develop being free within. It's always going to go back to deep within, you know, because that's where the freedom begins, you know, and success. Because you are successful in your psyche. Nothing on the outside can fuck with us. That's toxic. That's hands down. That's facts. So study your mind. You know, again, it's the ultimate computer all day long. All technology and computers and robots, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. It all comes from a thought from the mind. So again, the mind is the ultimate computer. We gotta know that. Again, we use this AI shit and tools and technology, but we are the ultimate computers, those with us that are deep thinkers and not letting trends and false things and shit in the media, you know, tap into that powerful part of our mind that wicked entities throughout the decades try to keep mostly black people from tapping in. People in general, but especially black people, because again, we can get closer to the sun. So we have a different magnetism. So we just get down low. That's just a gift Great Divine gave us. You know, look at what we've been through. Look what our ancestors been through. So all it did was push us and make us the powerful beings that a lot of us are today. You know, we didn't ask for this power. It just happened. But wield it divinely, brothers and sisters, and appreciate it. If you get, you know, intuitions and divine things happen, go into it deeper, embrace it, you know, and share it to others. so we can have other generals. We need as many divine generals as we can possibly generate, because I too was generated. Again, we can get inspiration on the outside, because I've gotten inspiration from outside. When I say outside, I'm talking about like, brothers, sisters, family, things of that nature. I've been inspired by many people, even children, but it's always going to come back to deep with what's in that core, facts. So just some things I wanted to share in between the music. And again, thank those for coming in to another Wake Up Music playlist. And stay strong, stay vigilant. And remember, as I said, the brain is the ultimate computer. You are intelligent if you just tap into it. I'm not just talking about book smarts or degrees. No. Be powerful like that great divine and Mama Nature, brothers and sisters. And always know that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Like Tracy Morgan said, he was in a coma 10 days. That just stuck with me, man. I'm telling you. And it's like he came back stronger, more powerful. He looks at life a whole different way. And can you blame him? Real talk. So how he think, that's how all of us need to be at. Pretend like we was in, how would we be? Think of how we would be coming out of a 10-day coma. Man, I'm telling you, real talk. You would definitely look at life a whole different way. So as he said in his theory, when I say God, the real God now, not no pleasurized man God. I'm talking about the real one. The real divine, that rules this world. And there's other worlds too. It's not just Earth. But that'd be another podcast. But in Tracy Morgan's theory, what you think God would say to you? That's the question God would ask. What did you do with the time I gave you on this earth? Did you help anyone? Were you selfish? People don't think about that. They think they just gonna transition. That's it. We don't know what's on the other side. But as I heard a great brother say, and again, it's not about being on this big scale. It's about righteous energy. Transition as gracefully as we possibly can. Now, we can't see the future. We can't predict what will happen, but we damn sure can be righteous in the present as best way as we can, and leave a righteous impact, because that's what it's all about. Yep. So again, small space, big space. Just know that we did what we had to do while we were here, so that's what it's about. Yep. Keep listening to some good music. And again, thank those for coming in, and never forget, music is therapeutic. And brothers and sisters and generals, brother, sister, family in the world, online, I leave you with this. Make sure we're sharp on what we see, hear, and feel, and treat our mind, body, and soul like Taekwondo. Salute.
LAMONT 77.